Head in a straight line with your spinal. Eyes gently close. And prepare yourself for the practice. Let us do under Mauna for a few minutes. Keep your eyes closed and keep them closed for some time. Now become aware of your physical body
So
sitting
it's
on
very
the.
noisy. So it's very noisy. Lots of sounds are coming.
The classes in another room. They just begin the class. Maybe when they start the class, they will be silent. Keep your eyes closed and observe your body. Become aware the contacts in between the body and the floor. And become aware the breath is moving inside your nostril. And just externalize your mind to listen the sounds from outside. Listen the distant sound that you can hear. And slowly bring your attention to closer sounds. Closer sound, the sounds outside this building. And to sound inside the building. It's the sound outside your room. Then to sound inside the room. Come more closer. Closer sounds. The sound of your breathing. Become aware of your natural breathing. Now you bring your attention on eyebrow center. Focus in between your two eyebrows and visualize there is a light just like a candle flame. By looking on the light, chant the mantra Om 3 times loudly. Gently breathe in. Pranayama mantra. Pranastham vase sarvam tridive yat pradishthidam madheva putran rakshasva srischa prajnamscha videhina idhi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Slowly bring your palms together. Rub your palms each other nicely. And relax your eyes. Feel the warmth flowing from your palms towards your eyes. Slowly with few blinks, open your eyes. Okay. So today we're going to talk about the chakras. It's take about 20 minutes.
Sorry, sir, it is very, very noisy. If you could tell the outside people to make little less noise.
There
Because
is
it is very difficult to do breathing like this. Pranayam is not possible to do in so much noise.
okay. Now we are doing the. You just listen the lecture. Later on, the class will be silent because they just begin. Maybe they are discussing about something.
So we have got Neti pot also.
Okay, can you hear my voice, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So there are 7 chakras in our body. The main chakras are 7. Then 6 chakras they are on your spinal cord. The chakras means the psychic center. It means the psychic center, which are very subtle. It's not in the gross body. It's which are very subtle. It's to circulate the energy in your body. It's the chakra means you can receive the energy and store the energy, the prana, and it is like acting like a transformer. Transformer. That is a certain energy, certain level of voltage. You can reduce it or increase it. The same working, same performance. The chakras function like a transformer. It can step down the energy level. We can increase the energy level, and it can distribute to your entire system, to your body, different parts of your body or different organs in your body. And the chakras also is act like a switches. The switch, when you switch on the light like that, the same way when you switch the chakra, it will illuminate your consciousness, higher level of your consciousness. So the chakras actually is discovered by our ancient yogis, our gurus, and they see this chakra when they are in a very deep meditations. They see this chakra in a different symbols, um, and they discover there is a chakra, the energy centers in your body, and they start to know about the knowledge. They discover the knowledge about this center, and that's a knowledge we call is a Kundalini yoga. This is a great science which is developed by our ancient teachers. So this Kundalini yoga we practice for awakening the chakras. So there are 6 main chakra is locating on your spinal cord. That there are starting from the bottom: Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Vishuddhi, and Agna. So this is chakra you should remember. This is not in the gross body; it's on the subtle body. You cannot see by your eyes. So beyond the six is main chakra and situating on your spinal cord. There are other 2 centers for awakening the higher consciousness. That's called Bindu and Sahasrara chakra, the top chakra on the crown chakra. So the chakras is vibrate in different energy. Can call the velocity, or you can call is a like the frequency. The frequency is different from different chakra. So the lower chakra, the Muladhara chakra, low on the lower frequency. So that's a more grosser state of your awareness. And when the chakra move upward, the frequency is more and is responsible for higher level of your mind, or you can call more subtle state of your awareness. So the lower chakra is more grosser, and when you upper chakra is more subtle. So the different system, yoga system like Hatha Yoga and Kriya Yoga. This is the Kriya practices. Hatha Yoga and Kriya Yoga, the practice for purify and balance and awaken this chakra. The chakra you have to awaken. You have to activate by individually, one by one. You have to awaken the all chakra, all system, one by one. So there is a first chakra called Muladhara chakra. It's situating on the root of your spinal. You call the perineum. The root chakra is a seat of primal energy. Also we call is a Kundalini Shakti. Situating the sleeping energy situating on Muladhara chakra. So in the pranic study, in the pranic science, we call the Muladhara is a generating station. It's a generator, like an energy, like a generator. It's a generating station of prana. So awakening prana start from Muladhara and it start to ascend through your spinal cord. From Muladhara it start to ascend through the Pingala Nadi. There are three main nadis that we will discuss later. Pingala, Ida, and Sushumna. So Pingala Nadi is flow from on the right side of your spinal cord, and Ida Nadi on the left side. So when the prana awakening on Muladhara, it's start to move through the Pingala Nadi, and this Nadi is directly connected to the Agna Chakra, the sixth chakra. This is situating in between your eyebrows. That's called Agna Chakra. So this is their connector. So the Agna Chakra is responsible to awakening the Muladhara, like it's like a corresponding each other. So the Agna and Muladhara, it's very important, the connection between the relationship between the Muladhara and Agna is very important. We can say the Muladhara is a generator and the Agna Chakra is a distributor. Distribute the energy, the prana, through different parts in your body. So that's a location. Location of Muladhara is in a man and woman is different. The man is in the perineum. It's in the midway between the genital organ and the anus, about 2 centimeter inside. Okay. In woman, it's locating in the posterior side of your cervix, like we can say in the midway and in between the vagina and the uterus. Like there is a connecting point in between the vagina and uterus. That is a point we call Muladhara. That is a Muladhara chakra. And there is also is a location of Brahma Grandhi. The Grandhi means a knot of Brahma. So as long as knot is remain, it's very difficult to rise the energy from there. So energy locating this area is blocked by this Grandhi, the knot. So when the Prana Shakti awaken this area, this location, that moment this knot will be undone. Then the energy start to move, start to vibrate from Muladhara chakra. So the Muladhara chakra is associated with the Annamaya Kosha, the physical body. And the Panchabhuta is earth. Bhumi is a element. And the Muladhara chakra is associated with your unconscious mind. and there is very uh, deep rooted instincts and fears lie all this under down line in a Muladhara chakra. And also we can call Muladhara chakra is a gateway to the hell and as well as to the heaven. So this is a gateway in between the heaven and hell. So the lower part is the hell, and Muladhara is the gateway, and above is heaven. Muladhara chakra, you can see in a deep meditation, yogi sees it's like a red lotus flower with four petals, deep red color with four petals. Okay, that and the bija mantra for this Muladhara chakra is called Lam. Lam is a master key for awakening the Muladhara chakra. When you repeat this bija mantra, it's a seed mantra. Lam, lam. So the particular vibrations sent to the particular region, particular point, it will help to vibrate and awaken the chakra. And next one is Swadhisthana chakra. Swadhisthana chakra is it's a name. It's called one on aboard. It's locating on your coccyx. Coccyx means the last bone of your spinal. It's very near to the Muladhara chakra. It's 2 fingers above the Muladhara chakra. It's also responsible for awakening the prana shakti. And this is a center for your all the samskaras and deep impression, all existing on this chakra. Also, we call this is the chakra for karma blocks. And very difficult to awaken the prana through these chakras because it's responsible to the very subconscious mind, and it's very sleepy and drowsiness. It's also related to the reproductive system, your sexual organs, and this connect to the taste. The sensory organs is a tongue, the taste, and this is a place for the desires, pleasures, especially the food and the sex. So when you rise the energy and this, you will increase this taste of food and sex, and the desire is rise more. Then that is the main obstacles to awakening, moving prana from Swadhisthana to more upward. So you need a lot of willpower for moving the prana from Swadhisthana to Manipura. So the Swadhisthana is a tamasic guna. It's a dullness and ignorance. And Swadhisthana is associated with the Pranamaya Kosha. And Panchabhuta is water, Jala. You can see the symbol is it's a lotus in a orange color. It's a kind of vermilion, kind of red, orange color, with the 6 petals. And the bija mantra, Vam. We chant the mantra Vam, it will vibrate on Swadhisthana chakra. And next one, Manipura. Manipura means the city of jewels. Is locating behind the navel on your spinal. So this is very important point also. This is the prana. We call this as a storehouse. So the Muladhara is a generator, and the Manipura is a storehouse of prana, and it's associated with the heat. The sense is eyes, the sight, and this is a center for the vitality, dynamism. So Manipura also represents the inner sun. There's the inner sun, and this is create the heat in your whole body. Especially, it's connected to your all the digestion system. We call there is a Agni, Jadaragni, which is helped to digest the food and everything. That is situating on Manipura chakra. And this is influenced by the Rajasic Tattva, the Rajasic Guna, um, and it's very dynamism and very active. This is also associated with the Pranamaya posture. And you can the symbol is yellow lotus with the 10 petals, and the bija mantra ram. The next one, Anahat chakra. Anahat chakra is situating in your heart, back of your heart on the spinal. And the meaning of Anahata means unbeaten sound. The sound you can hear, which is in a very deep state of meditation, you can hear this sound. This sound is not because of some external instrument you playing. This is not you hearing by your ear. This is you hear by your mind. It's a psychic sound. You can hear on your only meditation time. Maybe the sound like a drums, a sound like a bell, or sound like a veena. But there is nothing playing outside. You can hear the sound from internally through your mind. And Anahata is a heart center. It's responsible for awakening all the emotions. So the person who is developed Anahata chakra is generally very sensitive on feeling of others, very compassion. And this center is related to the touch. The sense is a touch. And when this awaken the Anahat chakra, this person have the power to heal others by the touch. They can radiate the energy from inside to spread to many people who is close to them. And people, performing the miracles like healing others. For example, Jesus Christ. It's all the assistant of the Anahat chakra. So those who awaken Anahat chakra, they have the siddhi, the ability to heal the people. So also we call this is a seat for the Vishnu Grandhi, the devotion, the emotional Grandhi. This is a psychic knot, the second one. First one is the Brahma Grandhi on Mooladhara chakra, and the second one is Vishnu Grandhi is situating on Anahat chakra. It's a bondage of the attachment. When this knot is open, one is become free from the attachment, free from the selfishness, ego, and all the emotional attachment. You can be free from after releasing the Vishnu Grandhi. When the prana awakening on Anahat chakra, the Vishnu Grandhi will undone, and you're free from the certain emotional. And Anahata chakra is associated with your Manomaya Kosha, the mind and emotions. And there is a symbol we call is a tree, Kalpadaru or Kalpa Vriksha. The tree is situated there. This is a wish fulfilling tree. This tree, when its tree start to fruitify, then whatever you think or the wish become truths. That is called Kalpadaru. So Anahata locating behind the heart on the spinal, and the element is the the air. The Panchabhuta is a Vayu, and you can see this is a blue lotus. Color of the blue lotus with the 12 petals, and Bija Mantra Yam. The next one, Vishuddhi Chakra. Vishuddhi Chakra, the name itself means purification. The purification, Vishuddhi means purification center. This is the chakra is responsible for your young youth. This is a chakra is The reason for keep your body ever young, and this is according to the tantric philosophy. There is a nectar, the amrut, which is produced from the bindu, the point behind the head, the bindu chakra. This amrut means vitality, the health for your long living. So the bindus produce the amrut, and the vishuddhi is hold that amrut and distribute the body. Vishuddhi situating in the throat, and this is a chakra is a purification your whole system, and also there is a gland called thyroid gland, and Vishuddhi chakra is associated with the Vijnanamaya Kocha. Vijnanamaya Kocha is a higher state of your mental development, and this is the center. Is you can also receive the certain vibrations, sounds, just like a radio, just like a transistor. So allowing you can this is allowing to you can tune someone's thoughts also, even the person is not close by you, even the person is far from somewhere else, even you can tune their thoughts. So you will get this connection, kind of radio waves. And when the this Vishuddhi chakra is purified, and the sense of hearing become very sharp. Not only not only by your ear, you can hear by through your mind also. You can start to hear the inner sound. It's called nada. So the chakra locating the throat pit, behind the throat pit on the spinal, and the Panjabhuta is the Akasha, the space. So when you're meditating on this Vishuddhi chakra, your mind becomes free, free of thoughts, pure like an emptiness, just like a space. So Vishuddhi, you can see it's like a color is a violet lotus with 16 petals, and the Bija mantra is a hum. Hum. The next 6 chakra is called Agna chakra, is situating in between your eyebrows and it's also called Guru chakra. It's also called Guru chakra. It's the inner Guru. As a commanding. Agna literally means command. So there is this is a point very important. There is a three main nadis, the Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. It's a terminating on this point. So from here to Sahasrara, there is only one stream of consciousness to the Sahasrara. So when you reach this stage, Ajna chakra, there is a complete experience of shunya, or emptiness, the void stage. And from this stage to the higher stage, to the Sahasrara, there is a guru. This is a guru, the Agna, the guru, the higher consciousness will lead you to from Agna to the Sahasrara. The command you will get from the Agna chakra. So Agna chakra is a higher level of awareness. It's also known the eye of Shiva, the third eye, the eye of intuition. This eye is actually not gazing outward. It is turned inside. It's a gaze inward, not outside. And also it's called Divya Chakshu, or divine eye, or Jnana Chakshu, the eye of wisdom. So the Agna is a doorway. It's a doorway through in between two centers, the psychic and the astral dimension. And Atna, there is a Grandhi called Rudra Grandhi. So there are three Grandhis in your body: Brahma, Vishnu, and Rudra Grandhi, the knot of Shiva. This is the attachment for psychic personality. Also the Siddhis. The Siddhis all attached with this Grandhi. When the Rudra Grandhi is undo, that release, the not release, there is a psychic Siddhis will achieve. The trigger point is the eyebrow center. You can touch it while you're doing the Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. You touch with the your middle finger and your index finger. That's a point. Also, there are a lot of techniques like Bhrumadhya Drishti, all awaken the Agna Chakra. And Agna associated with the Vijnanamaya Kosha is located top of your spinal cord. On the top of your spinal cord, inside, in the mid brain, there is a small gland called pineal gland. It's a correspondent pineal gland. And the tattva is a mind, manas tattva. And it's represent two petals lotus with a silver color. And there are another point called Bindu. Bindu point is a, we can see on the back of your head. Bindu means the point. You see the Brahmins have a tuft of hair on the back. There is a point. It's called Shikha. So Bindu is represent like a crescent moon, and it's produce the nectar, the white nectar. So Bindu produce the Amrita nectar, and this is a moon. Moon produce the nectar. And the sun is here in Manipura. The sun will consume it. This is always happening during your life. So moon produces the Amrit and sun will consume it. That's why that's where we are suffering from the Vyadi, like disease, Jara, old age, and Mrityu. This is the reason we are suffering these three: Vyadi and Jara and Mrityu. And in Tantra Yoga, Tantric Yoga system, the yogi's aim is reversing this process. Reverse this process, like you either you retain the Amrita on Vishuddhi Chakra, it's not let to fall down to the Manipura, or you can send the Amrit from Manipura to back to Vishuddhi, and from there Vishuddhi to the Bindu. So this is make a reverse. This is make a reverse, and this is the way perfect the yogi is doing for the experience of immortality. So the Bindu is the first, the first creations. The creation is a sound, the nada. So Bindu is you can hear that original sound. You can hear the original sound. Om, the sound of Om. You can hear when the Bindu awaken. And this is related, this is associated with the Anandamaya Kosha. So Bindu is very important point for the higher practice of yoga, like Tantra Yoga and Prana Vidya, or many other Kundalini Yoga. All the practice, the Bindu point is very important. And the last one is Sahasrara. This is Bindu. Sahasrara. Sahasrara is a seat of supreme consciousness. It's locating on the crown, top of the head. It's actually not a chakra. It's not a psychic center. It's all beyond for that, beyond the psychic. And it's kind of Sahasrara is a totality and the absolute, the highest point of human evolution. So there is a, when is awakened this, there is a result is you merging with the cosmic consciousness with the cosmic prana. The experience of the cosmic prana is a aim of the yoga practice, aim of the pranayama, prana vidya. Then when you experience the mahaprana, the cosmic prana, then you no need to practice any techniques. You're free from the practices, and you can awaken energy at any time. Like you just by a thought, by a gesture, one word or one look, you can awaken the energy at any time. And Sahasrara is a master key for control all the chakras from Muladhara to Agna chakra. So that this chakra, six chakras, just like a switch, but the main potential, the main power is lies in Sahasrara chakra. So when the Kundalini Shakti, the Muladhara, the sleeping power reach to Sahasrara, that we call self-realization or Samadhi. So when you reach the Samadhi stage, there is an individual consciousness dies and the universal consciousness is born. That means Samadhi. So Sahasrara is infinite. It's like a huge radiant dome. You can visualize the Sahasrara chakra as like 1,000 petals lotus. It's an eternity, infinity, and Sahasrara chakra is associated with the Anandamaya kosha. So that's all about the chakras. So let's move for the practice. Today we try the Nedi, Jala Nedi. All of you bring the pot. And Jala Nedi, if already those who did before, they can practice now. Others people just can watch the practice, observe the practice. Okay. We will do later end of the course one more time, so that and that time you can prepare the pot. And this time, who are doing first time, just watch. And others who did this before, you can practice together. So all of you prepare the nedi pot and water. Just need a little, like no need even half liter. Just half liter water with a half teaspoon of salt. Okay, you can do it in front of the camera. You don't need to go to the washroom. Just keep one small bucket in front of you, and you can do it here. So you quickly go prepare the nedi pot and water. If you already prepare, just bring it here now. Okay. So nedi is a cleansing practice. This one, clean your nasal passage. So normally we put one to the left nostril first. First you put a left nostril and let the water freely flow by the gravity. You don't need to by force. You don't need to do breathing through the nose. Just keep breathing through the mouth only. Keep your mouth open. Breathe through the mouth. When you keep the nedi pot here little upward, wait some time. The water naturally, automatically flow from the left and cross and flow down to the right. Okay, so it's take a maximum of 5 minutes practice. You wait until finish the pot. For beginning, it won't happen very freely. Maybe beginning is very drop, dipping, because of the old mucus. It takes some time to melt the old mucus. Then, when the mucus is melt completely, then it's freely flow. Okay. So I will demonstrate first. This one very good for your sinus problem, allergy. You can sit in a scouting posture like this, and keep the bucket in front of your body. And prepare the water. This is a lukewarm water, not too salty. It's a taste the same like your tear taste. Your body liquid. This is like your body liquid, the same temperature, body temperature. Fill it and lean little forward and keep your side, your cheek muscles almost parallel to the floor.
Sir, mix salt.
Mm. Just a half teaspoon and a half liter. Half teaspoon, small teaspoon. The taste should not be too salty or not too less. Both is not good. It's make irritation on your nose. It's make also little painful. And keep breathing through the mouth. You have to practice the mouth breathing, not nose. Don't breathe through the nose. If you breathe through the nose, the water goes to your ear and it goes to your eye, go to more up. You feel so annoying. So keep put it inside and keep your mouth open. Breathe normally and slowly lift your elbow up. So after complete this, you, for example, I did on my left. So close the right nostril and do 10 times. Simply blow your nose like. Then change your nostril and both nostril together. So this is complete one side. It's very simple practice and it's very useful for clean, and also it's very useful during this COVID era. It cleans your nostril and also help to remove the bacteria and virus from the nose. You can do it every week once. After complete your left side, you start on the right side. Okay. So all do together. Keep your mouth open. Breathe through the mouth. Maybe it's water not coming. You maybe adjust your head a little more, turn a little more, or lean a little more forward. You can adjust your body position. It depends you. Do the same. Touch your right nostril 10 times. Then left. Then both nostril. That's it. This is complete round. So after finish this practice, you come to Vajrasana. Sit in Vajrasana. Everybody sit in Vajrasana.
Sir, do we have to sit in squat to do it?
Oh yeah, squatting posture like this.
Squat in posture. Okay.
Or you can do it standing also.
Sir, I feel water's going in my head. It's not coming out.
This means you need to adjust your head position a little bit forward, or maybe tilt your head. If you're not comfortable on a sitting, you can go stand up and practice this.
Sir, yesterday you told like if you don't have niti pot, put it.
And you can try the teapot.
Huh?
Teapot.
Can I try that?
Yes. Try. Let's see, it's working on it. Good. After this, you can other people do Kapalbhati. Sit in Vajrasana. Kapalbhati is a cleansing practice. Actually, one of the Shatkarma. So blow the air through both nostrils for 1 minute, just 1 minute. So you do 1 second, one exhale, like this 60 exhale, 60 times.
Sir, I have a feeling that the water is coming from the same nose.
There's more blocks there. Take some time. Keep waiting there. Keep breathing. Maybe take more time. Maybe take more. Wait for 1 minute. And the water slowly start to dipping. Then gradually it becomes flow. When all the mucus melt, the water will be flow. You continue Kapalbhati for 60. Keep on flowing.
Sir, and sitting Vajrasana, my knee is paining. Actually, I have choked in left knee. Then what should I do?
Can you say again? Aditi can say again.
Yes, my left knee is paining because due to Vajrasana, I cannot fold. My left knee is choked before. So,
Knee.
Shastikasana, I can sit and Kapalbhati.
Okay. You can do it in Sukhasana, or you can sit in the chair, on the chair.
Sorry, sir?
On the chair, you can do it on the chair. Sit on the chair.
Okay. Sir, some water go my head, I think, is paining my head.
Do Kapalbhati help to dry out. Continue Kapalbhati for 1 minute. Kapalbhati help to dry out all the water from the nostril. You must dry the nostril after Kapalbhati. Otherwise, like one you headache.
Okay. I can say Shastikasana for doing Kapalbhati.
Kapalbhati and what is it? Shashangasana.
Shastikasana.
Swastika,
Because
yes.
because I cannot fold my
You
knee
can
for
sit in
Vajrasana.
Swastikasana, you can sit in Sukhasana, or even you can do it on the chair if you very difficult to sit.
So some water is doing my headache.
You feel the water is keep do Kapalbhati to help to all the water go out. If still water there, do Shashangasana breathing for 5 rounds.
Sasangasana.
Shashangasana. After Kapalbhati, Shashangasana, inhale and exhale. Oh, you cannot do Shashangasana because you cannot sit in Vajrasana, right? So you lie down in Magarasana sometime. Another crocodile posture. That helps you release the remaining water. Lie down on your belly. If you
Sir,
sit
show me the Bhadrasana.
Vajrasana, you fold your leg backward and sitting on your heel.
Not Vajrasana. Okay.
So if you do
Doing
Vajrasana,
Sasanga.
you can do Shashangasana. Inhale and exhale, bend forward. Inhale, come straight. Exhale, bend forward. Repeat this for 5 rounds. So you will be breathing. Inhale.
Sir, I think water has gone here. Do I do the same thing, Kapalbhati?
When you back in the head.
Yeah, the back of the head.
So you lie down in Magarasana sometime. When you lie down Magarasana, when you lie down on your belly, keep your forehead on the floor and interlock your finger on back of your neck.
Okay.
Lie down there for 1 minute to release.
Sir, I don't know pranayam mantra, like pranayam, you are telling something. I don't know that. Can you give the PDF also?
Yeah. I will send the PDF to everybody at the end of the class. So during the class, you keep listening and repeat in your mind, and you learn. Right? End of the course, I will send the PDF to everybody.
Sir, you will also send the slides of chakra and kosha.
Chakra and what's the question?
Chakras, panch koshas yesterday what you showed. The slide.
Panchakosha was
reference.
yesterday, sir. Today about chakra.
Yes.
He's asking. No, sir, they are telling like, will you send the PDFs?
Yes, yes.
Just
End of the course, I will send all together. There's a PDF with me. I will send you.
sir, what if I couldn't do that neti pot? I mean, I did not get from the next nose.
So you will
next
order now.
nose.
You will get it in 2-3 days in Amazon. We will do at the end of the course one more time.
So do we have Google Classroom where we have all these classes?
Yeah. Practice.
I was not able to access that.
So I will give an instruction tomorrow about Nedi a little bit more, and we will practice the next time. Maybe just before the course finish, we do one more time. So now we practice the Samavati Pranayama, the last one. You see the square on the screen? There is a square. Yeah. So sit straight with the back straight. So Samavritti means equal. You have to breathe, inhale 1, hold inside for 1, exhale 1, and hold the breath 1. Do you understand? 1 is to 1 is to 1 is to 1. So for example, 4 count inhale, and 4 count hold the breath inside, and 4 count exhale, and 4 count hold the breath outside. So it's make a square. So imagine you imagine a square in front of your closed eyes. When you're breathing in, you inhale through the left side of the square up. Hold the breath from left to right on the top. Exhale from the top to down on the right. And hold the breath from the right to left. So you keep on move your mind through the square. Keep on move your mind through the square. Okay? Keep your eyes
Sir,
closed.
repeat again, sir. I can't understand.
Did you see the square on the screen? That's yeah. So when you inhale 4, you start from the left bottom to the top. Hold the breath from the top left to the right. And exhale from the right top to the down. And hold the breath from the right to the left. So keep on moving like this. Inhale up, hold the breath, exhale down, hold the breath, inhale up. Like this, you keep on move your mind through this square. So we start with
exhalation with both the nostrils, right?
both nostrils.
So you mean we have to take breath for 4 counting, then hold it for 4 seconds, and breathe out for 4 seconds, then again hold it for 4 seconds.
Yes.
Right? So
Or
we have
four,
to take breath for 4 counting, then hold for 4 counting, then exhale for 4 counting, and then hold for 4 counting.
Yes, correct.
Right.
I think counting should not be constrained to 4. If my count goes to 7, then I can make a square of 7.
Yeah, that's okay. It's up to you. I
Yes.
think.
First, sir,
So
first
you
start
feel
from
okay.
where? Left nostril.
Sorry?
First start which nostril? Left nostril.
No, both nostril together. So both nostril. You're not doing Nadi Shodhana now. Before the Nadi Shodhana, you have to practice the Samavritti Pranayama.
Both nostril we
Both
count.
nostril.
Count 4. I suppose I count 4.
Count 4, inhale, hold
Then
4, exhale 4, hold 4. So you have to do Inner retention and outer retention. Only 4 seconds.
After exhaling, exhalation also 4
Yes, yes,
by a Kumbhak.
yes. Bahir Kumbhak.
Okay.
Okay, so all of you please switch off your microphone and listen my instruction. Keep your eyes closed. Be prepared for Samavritti Pranayama. Sama means equal or even or perfect. Vrit- Vritti means is a movement or action. So we're doing the Samavritti Pranayama in an equal ratio 1 is to 1 is to 1 is to 1. So we begin with the 4 count, 4 Om. Sit down comfortably. Become aware of your natural breathing and practice yogic breathing. Slowly practice yoga breathing, deep yoga breathing. Now you are begin to practice the Samavritti Pranayama. Begin to count with inhale 1 Om, 2 Om, 3 Om, 4 Om. Hold the breath 1 Om, 2 Om, 3 Om, 4 Om. Exhale 1 Om, 2 Om, 3 Om, 4 Om. Hold the breath 1 Om, 2 Om, 3 Om, 4 Om. This one round. Continue like this. Inhale 1 Om, 2 Om, 3 Om, 4 Om. Hold the breath 1 Om, 2 Om, 3 Om, 4 Om. Exhale 1 Om, 2 Om, 3 Om, 4 Om. Hold the breath 1 Om, 2 Om, 3 Om, 4 Om. Continue. Inhale 1 Om, 2 Om, 3 Om, 4 Om. Hold the breath 1 Om, 2 Om, 3 Om, 4 Om. Exhale 1 Om, 2 Om, 3 Om, 4 Om. Hold the breath 1 Om, 2 Om, 3 Om, 4 Om. Continue like this. 5 more rounds. You mentally imagine a square. Feel that inhale is ascending from the left side to up. And your internal retention, the awareness travel from the on the top left to right, while exhaling is a descent right side of the square. And Bahir Kumbhaka, awareness cross the bottom from the right to left. Continue move your mind through the square. Inhale, bottom to up on the left side. Hold the breath, move your awareness from the left to right. Exhale, down, descend, right side of the square. Hold the breath and right to left. Continue practice like this. Don't forget to count up to 5 rounds. After complete your round, stop the practice and breathe normally. Let us conclude today's session with the Shanti mantra. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhave. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Today's
Sir?
practice completed.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Sir, from tomorrow, if you could change the time or change the place because it was
Yes.
very noisy.
Tomorrow we'll change to other place.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
I keep running here. It was begin from the other room, but that place is now no internet. So I come to here.
Yeah, yeah. Because it was not,
I'll check the old place, the internet is working now, then I can go back to that place. Because of
Sir?
internet connection, I come here.
Sir, after Neti, cough is coming. Cough.
After Neri, his voice is
After
breaking.
Neti, cough is coming from mouth.
The water reaches to the mouth in the throat. So that means your body position not correct. Either maybe you breathe through the nose. So make sure you're breathing through the mouth only during the practice, and the body position you can little bit adjust, or you try on the standing posture to be better. It's okay. Water go inside is pure water. Saline water is not harm for you.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So we will continue practice tomorrow with other breathing techniques.
Can we have a WhatsApp group or a Telegram group?
WhatsApp group I didn't make. Maybe tomorrow I will share a code. You can, if you want to interest, you can scan the code and join the.
Ma'am, you make a group. You can make a group.
Okay,
yeah.
make a group.
Yeah.
Can make a group. Yes.